LeBron, one on-court or one off-court question for you, if you don't mind. The first one, on the on-court, you hit that three with about 50 seconds or so to go and seemed to relish the moment and look towards the crowd. Really your first time to hit a shot like that to help win a game with a crowd in a long time. What was that moment like for you?
It's playoff basketball. Obviously, the emotions and every possession is so key. So to be able to make a big play in a big moment, means a lot to our ball club.
And the off court, it's the 1 year anniversary of the murder of George Floyd. Obviously, there was a moment of silence today. You shared something on social media. I just wanted to know if you have any reflection about what this last year has been like in terms of your involvement in the fight for equality, and also if you had any comment on the social justice coalition from the NBA pushing the Senate to pass the George Floyd bill.
Well, first of all, I'm in full support of the George Floyd bill. I think it just changed the landscape of how policing is modified, how policing is looked at. It holds a lot of accountability, and I think it will make our communities and make this this great nation a better place. So I'm all for that, and thank the NBA, the NBPA, the WNBA, and everyone that has any involvement in this. And I know my initiative, obviously, more than a vote. We're going to continue to hit home and continue to push anything we can for the better of change. And that's that. To the second half of your question, to the first half of your question, the man literally changed the world. It's unfortunate, obviously, that his family has to, grieve and still, ask questions of why. But he's literally changed the world. So many conversations. The conversation has not stopped, even though it's a year has went by. And I've seen a lot today throughout social, throughout the TV. I watched a little bit of TV before the game, and his name continues to ring home, ring bells, and that's very key. Anytime you talk about change, it's very key that you continue to have these conversations. So, much respect to him. He's an angel looking over all of us, looking over all these black kids in the black community, and his family. Continue my well wishes to them.
Dan?
Hey, LeBron, sorry about that. Thursday will be the first playoff game at Staples Center since 2013, which is kind of a crazy thing. What is that going to mean to you? I know you've talked about how you guys were robbed of so many moments by not having people there. What do you think that'll mean to you to be able to run onto into a playoff atmosphere on your home floor?
Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think our Laker faithful, man, in that Warriors game, that playing game, they made it feel like it was a playoff game, and we treated it like a playoff game. Obviously, both sides did that. Obviously, this is a different situation, but it felt like it. It felt like a playoff game. So, us just coming home, 1-1, even out this series, and actually playing a real playoff game, as they would say, obviously, because it's the first round. For the first time in 8 years. It's gonna be pretty special for our fans, and to just have our fans in the building. We want to continue to make them proud, and that's what I came here for, to be able to play a playoff game in front of the Laker faithful.
Fire.
LeBron, you said you were looking forward to seeing AD in Game 2, and obviously he had a much more aggressive game. What were you trying to do? In the game to get him maybe some looks or some opportunities for him to be more aggressive, and how has the dynamic evolved between you two when you try and respond from games he has like he did in Game 1 and gets back like he did tonight?
Get him the ball early, often, and always. It's that simple. He responds to games like Game 1. He's not a guy who talks about it. He's about it. And he goes out and do it. So, give him the ball early, often, and always.
DA?
Ron, I wanted to follow up on what Dave asked about the Social Justice Coalition. How much confidence do you gain from what More Than the Vote was able to do, flipping Georgia in the presidential and then having a real impact on the Senate races down there when it comes to NBA-led kind of efforts really having a major political difference and really changing the script?
I got so much confidence in what we were able to do at More Than a Vote, David. Obviously the proof is in the pudding since we, set this initiative up and, being able to, go after things that we just don't feel like is right, go after things like voter suppression, which was going on in Georgia and all other states as well, Michigan, Florida, some of the big swing states, obviously, during the election in November. And then, any little thing that we feel like is just not right and it's not humane. We're very educated. We have a great support system. We have a great staff. And we have so many people that wants to be a part of change and the greater good, not just for individuals, but for everyone, for every community, that they don't see that fits, a livelihood. So to be able to be, a founding father of More Than the Vote, along with a lot of other people, it means a lot to be able, like I said, to create change and just create a better environment for people, not only in the present, but in the future.
BT.
What's up, Brian?
What's up, B?
All good. Hey, what impressed you about the way Dennis and Andre played in this playoff game tonight?
Well, Dennis was in attack mode from the very beginning. He lived in the paint, and when they sagged off him, he hit his shots, from the perimeter as well, both from the three and from the mid range. But he just stayed in attack mode, and I thought Big Dre was amazing in the minutes he had. Both on the offensive rebounding from the beginning of the game, to finding his ways offensively for dump downs, for got the ball in the post a couple times, made some great moves. He was just very decisive with his play tonight, and I think this is his sixth playoff game, or maybe 6 or 7 that he's had in his career. So, I think he's going to continue to get better and better. But, we needed that effort out of both of them.
Last two. Michael.
Yeah, hi, LeBron.
What's going on?
2 quick ones. After game 1 in that loss to Portland back in the bubble in October, if you can remember that far back, you were talking about AED's demeanor, how he was just quiet. You knew not to talk to him, and he would just do it on the court, like you said. He's not talk about it, he is about it. Is that the same thing you saw after game 1 in this series? And then second one, I've been trying to ask you this since the play-in game. I know you're a bulletin board motivational guy. No 7 seeds ever won the NBA Finals in NBA history. Is that something that gives you extra motivation during this playoff?
Well, one, for the last 2 days, very limited communication with AD. Because I've just seen his demeanor. So that's number one. And for us as a group, we don't look for bulletin board, motivation. We're motivated because we're in the postseason again, and as a team, we have an opportunity to do something special. No matter what seed you are, if you get into the postseason, you have an opportunity to do something special, and we're one of those 16 teams that made the postseason. So, we look forward to it.
Last question, Melissa.
Hey, LeBron, I have kind of a follow-up question to that. Obviously, AD is his own harshest critic. Over your time playing with him, how have you learned what he needs from you when he's kind of mentally going through it in his own head?
Just someone that stays even keel. I've been in so many battles, so many postseasons, ups, down, even, whatever the case may be. And, the experience that I have, I just give it to him. No matter if you have a bad game here or a couple bad games here, or, you just stay even keel. You just stay even keel. You keep your level head. You worry about the next moment, the next opportunity that you get to be great, and you seize that opportunity. So, when I was young, I would, let it linger way too much after one game in the postseason, or 2 games, but as you get older, as you get more games, as you get more experience, as you get into the foxhole and battles and battles and battles, you know, kind of know what to expect. So I have the blueprint. I just give it all to AD.